The sad thing is that Harm has done more comps than you both combined.
Exactly.
I know.
Gang has his shit. So.
Yo, no swearing. It's a family event.
Don't worry, you'll get
It's family.
This guy, me, some of the OG VanCity guys, I guess, like, it was never really a thing to like count your comps or like count how many comps you've done. And like until like all these juniors entered, like the new era kind of emerged. It's like counting your comps is a thing. So then like I sat there and I made my list because these juniors were just like, yo, like I done 3 comps, yo, I done 3 comps, and I'm just like, shit, like, I must have done a lot more than 3. So then I made my list, and I guess counting comps is a thing now.
How many are you at?
I think I just competed at my 36th one.
Holy
Yeah, 36th one.
Rolling
But then
record,
after like coaching and like playing to all that comps too, I think I'm at over 50. So
Participated in, right?
yeah, deserve like participation award or something, you know.
We were on an Ironman streak where we did.
Yeah,
We
all the comps. I have not missed one competition since VanCity has started. Me, Ironman.
I missed my first one, right?
And you missed a few. Yeah.
I missed 2. Because I was in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
I missed, what did I miss?
You
I missed
missed
Elite. And in the. What was the one before that?
No, we didn't.
Well,
do
we're
it.
gonna miss Thump now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I missed one so far, right? I broke my streak.
Oh yeah.
I broke my streak and I broke my shoulder. in Winnipeg.
bad luck when you miss a comp.
Yeah. For those of you that are watching, don't ever go to Winnipeg. There's nothing there.
Fuck you.
There's nothing there.
So when you guys retire, you guys should make it like all these pro athletes like Kobe and Jordan, like make a mixtape of your dancing.
Ooh.
I'm not really down with that because I used to suck, man. It's weird. Like I look at.
It's so weird.
So
dude.
weird. Even like us 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we were like, holy crap,
Yeah.
we suck. And now like everyone just.
I know.
getting fast so quick. It's
I've
crazy.
been dancing for like what 12 years now, and I feel like I improved more in the last 3 years than I did in the last 10. You know,
I agree.
it's crazy. And yeah, like the kids nowadays, they come and like, look, you guys were on stage within a year of coming, right? Like, it drive and the mentality and the way they pick up on things is so like, it's different, you know. It's,
Kevin and Gabak for students.
Yeah.
And then when you guys came, like that video that we all watched, the Shade and Mono, sucked. They're terrible. Like I would honestly, I was at that level like 8 years ago, and it took me like 8 years to.
yeah, to
you know,
get there,
get,
and like
you know,
stay there forever.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you guys
So-
learned in like a year. But what's even more crazy is that like our students that are like sick, because now we're an academy. Like it's weird. Like we just, you know, like before we had the studio, like we were just a team. Like we'd all just I don't know goof around like ooh. But now like you know, growing a lot, we got
Yeah,
all these
take
kids
things
like
more
these
serious.
guys. We got like kids that look up to us as role models. It's different. It's weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's I don't know, like we're just kind of like thrusted in like the role model position, just like forced into it almost kind of like it just it just happened so
It was
because we didn't know we were gonna
yeah.
open up an academy. It just people were like, hey man, you guys should teach classes. Classes were like, okay, yeah. And then
exactly. That's exactly.
before
what
you
it
know it,
was.
like students, and just got like a class full of like 30, like 6,
Yeah.
7, 8-year-olds. Just like, ooh, okay, what's
Yeah.
next, teacher? And it's like I don't know.
yeah, it's been a learning process for us, man, big time. But you know, like that's how like the best things are made, just like by trial and error, right?
Yeah.
And that's how like look at VanCity. We've considered like we've had one style of Bhangra which is really good, and that's been passed down. But I mean, like it's been trial and error through all the different routines. Going to Bruin was like one of the most iconic stages in VanCity history, I'd say, just because.
Shout out to Rule Committee.
Shout out to the Green Committee because you guys made those 3 years, 2013, 14, and 15. Those were like the iconic years of VanCity Bhangra. Even though we won second at like 2 of them, and we never won, but it's I mean the experience and that was like the turning point where we had to kind of think outside the box and do like crazy gimmicks and you know take our style but really merge it with like a moderner twist. So it was tough, but yeah. I'd rather stick to folk comps now. It's nicer dancing folk, I guess. That's the way the scene is now. I'm gonna have a question. No, we cannot go to Bruin.
The differences between junior and senior comps.
I'm a big
I mean, the main difference in a junior comp is like, well, you're there as a like not like a kid, but you have someone older than you that's like
because your coach is usually gonna be your senior, and so you basically gotta listen to them more. But as a senior comp, I think it's just more fun because you don't go there as like under someone. You go there as together as a team. You go there as you just go there as a team. Like you go there to have fun in the senior comp. More in it. More. Keep saying same thing. You go there as a team.
You go there as a team.
How many teams?
Don't get me wrong, junior comps are pretty fun. Like one of the funnest comps I went to is GHG. Like I went in thinking wouldn't be as fun as a senior comp, but to be honest, like it was probably the most fun comp I've ever been to.
Yeah. You're black patka or white patka?
White patka or not? bro?
Personally, I'd be black patka.
I couldn't tell, bro.
Rock, paper, scissors right now. That part feels better.
Right now, white patka, black patka.
Best out of one.
White patka is better. White patka is better.
Harmony of tie white patka. For life now.
Should we talk about
Roll the clip of him taking
bring
his
bugs
vodka.
at comps?
Yeah. I mean, like, we do, it's kind of harder for us. It's like 2 times worse for us because we have a patka underneath. And it's just worse for us tying patka there. We have to tie over
Yeah,
3-4 hours prior to the performance.
So if you guys think like you money out there, you guys think
Two more.
if you guys think having a compact tight is hard, imagine like having a tight patka under, then having another tight pug on top
Yeah.
of that. Then
Don't put that in there.
like me and Kevin at ROB, like usually you get ready like 2 hours before a comp. This comp, we were gonna go up at 7. These guys made us sit at 12 p.m. 7 hours before the comp. The tighter pugs are gonna sit there. We didn't do anything. We just sat there for 7 hours with their pugs tied. The first comp too, the worst experience ever.
Oh, yeah.
The mixer breakdown. So this is
This is a good one.
this is the day that we hate because every mixer sucks.
100%.
What's the first step?
First step, you get there. You basically, we're usually a team out of town. That's my experience.
Yeah.
We're usually a team from out of town.
So you're done one comp and you're at that.
But we barely get rides. So there's like, oh, we'll get you over and done. We'll toss you in the trash. Like, okay, fine, we'll take you. We're there 3 hours early.
Yeah.
No one's there. We literally look around like there's nothing. There's nothing around. It's like a damn desert.
They walk inside wherever it is. It's usually like a Mediterranean restaurant on like the side of the highway in like the middle of the desert.
It's like one of those truck stops.
Yeah, it's like a truck stop like in the middle of nowhere. No brown people there. And you showed up in like your kurta pajama and like your muchang kundiyan.
Well, no, hold on. That's the other team.
That's the other team.
What do we show up in? We show up in like
T-shirts,
kache,
yeah.
chake, like we're good to go. Like we're right off the plane, right?
Don't be that team, by the way. But yeah, walk inside. There's usually like a table with like 3 like 14, 15-year-old. I don't know why it's just like little girls always. Which is even worse sketch in like the middle of nowhere, sitting there on a table.
Passing out wristbands.
Passing out wristbands. At this point, what you want to do is you try. Not only do you like, hey, yeah, my name's Rajan, yeah, okay, yeah, give me a wristband, but you try snaking as many wristbands as you can. For all
Basically, you take one, put it in your pocket. Oh, I didn't get one.
right? Aaj Japanam tu lala,
Yeah.
Maninder tu lala, ek aaj tu lala, or Simrat tu lala, tu lala, tu lala. You know what I mean?
Everyone gets one.
So that's where you try snaking as many wristbands. You
It's like, oh, Oprah, you got a wristband, you got a wristband.
Hey,
Roll the clip.
After that, we walk in. Then what's usually the setting when we walk in?
Oh, it looks like I'd say it looks like bingo night at a juggle party.
Bingo night at a juggle party. Damn. Quite the description, eh? There's usually like just water bottles
Just water bottle on the table.
or like juice boxes, like nothing to eat or anything. Like weird sort of setting. I know one mixer we went to this year was at like a car museum, and then you sit down and there's just like
Well, they tell you to go get food, but then all there is like they say like, oh, go get shahi paneer, chawal, and stuff, but there's just shahi,
just shahi, no paneer.
just
Um,
shahi.
If it's in California, there's usually the MCs at the front, just like
Sunlight sounds.
The Sunlight Sounds is always
Shout out.
Shout out, right? It's usually him. If the competition's in Surrey, it's usually Harjinder Thind or somebody.
Current
The
affairs.
current affairs. They're usually at the front, and then there's just like a bunch of teams, so just I don't know, just like people gathering. And this is the funny part. There's always like different types of teams. You know, like there's always like certain types of teams that always do like.
We'll sit down and look around like, okay, well, get out. Like we already know.
One
two
was the one
names.
that you said don't be that team, right? What's that type of team?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh my god. Like they'll walk in and you'll know that it's like they're at a rave or something. At a damn mixer, like just sit down.
Sit down.
We're trying to have fun. We're trying to have fun too, but just like, and then we'll be the one roasting them.
Yeah,
That's the funnest part.
There's one team that thinks it's an Indian wedding, that thinks it's a reception. They'll show up in like sadiyan, like tikkiyan,
Shout out black girls.
you know, or not even tikkiyan, you know what it's called, bindi, right?
Yeah.
Tikkiyan, right? Whatever. Like, why are you wearing it? That's my point. You show up in like a sari, like hair dead, and then the guys will be in like kurte pajame, with like New Balance sneakers. Like, come on, bro. Jalse wala yaar. Like, yeah, don't be that team. There's always the spirit squad, like the cheerleader team that's just like
100%.
that's just like, yeah, woo! Like whenever no one ever likes going out for games,
Never.
right?
We have to dog on our juniors and send them.
Yeah. But this is a team where like they're fighting, like whoever's going up and just like they're cheering them on. Yeah, whoa, go! Yeah, we're gonna kill it. They went, you know, they got the most hype. They win every single game, and then
And then there's some like from our team like man, goes and wins it.
yeah,
Shout out Kevin and Brielle.
yeah,
Undefeated.
undefeated,
Anyways,
right? What other types of teams, man?
There's
There's Burger King. Don't be those guys.
oh man, Burger King. I
Yeah,
don't know what
like
to say.
they got like a Mexican on the team. They got like one. They got a black guy.
They got a Nepali on the
They got a
team?
Nepali.
Like you can't even see it. It's like
Hey, bruh.
hey
what's-
bro.
Hey, what's good, bruh?
There's some
Hey,
moves,
bruh.
bro.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be so lit, bruh. It's
Shout
gonna
out
be so
Janti.
lit, bruh. No. So, how did you start Bhangra and how did you get to VanCity?
So, okay, yeah. So my
Tell
my
me.
sister started a toll class
Neil.
because like yeah, Neelam, my sister started a toll class. Now she's doing much bigger things than teaching kids how to play toll. But she started the class and then like I had to go with her because my mom was like she's not going alone. And then she was obviously better than me because she enjoyed it and she wanted to be in the class, right? But then I was just kind of there, so I eventually got pretty good at it, and then that led to lots of opportunities, and it eventually led to Bhangra, and then that led to VanCity, and then VanCity led to this, and yeah, it's just too much. It's crazy, man. Like when we started, we were just a bunch of guys that enjoyed dancing. You know,
Shout out VanCity. Shout out VanCity Bhangra, union of two teams. We all started off, those two teams kind of merged, started off as a just a team like 6-7 years ago. Before that, yeah, we were all at our,
That was when we were Bhangra out.
we were so fun. We were Amin.
We
That's the
were
stage Amin's in,
we
right?
were Amin and KVD and GBX and Harman and Amit and Raj and Gurur and
Yeah.
all
I don't know about
I
Raj.
know those guys.
What about Raj?
Not yeah.
Not
Shout
yet.
out, not yeah.
Jay for sure. We were so Jayed out. Like
G, right?
we were so Bhangra'd out. That was when like I would like sit there and write on a piece of paper and a pen like formations and song lists, and me and Birdie would sit like in his little room making a mix for like 12 hours in a day, just so Bhangra'd out.
Describe each other's Bhangra personality.
Without saying the name?
No, like each other's.
Each other's?
Like, what's Amin's Bhangra personality? Like, how is he in practice?
I'd call Harman the silent assassin.
Then put Chef.
No, let's start it off. I call him the silent
But
assassin.
I ask him about Amin. He's like Amin's personality.
Okay, fine. What's Harman's
His name is
personality?
Marvin.
What's Harman's?
Like you're just like too Bhangra'd out at practice. Like you always want to hit
You
like
trying to bring in sports into Bhangra? Try to like.
like
Bhangra is a sport.
like मेरा सामू की आंदत इन्हें stretch नहीं भैया like but he's barely breathing.
Hey, it's important for your body.
Yeah, but like
Your body.
सालों के ना मेरा बस
कुछ
और
दिन तेरे साल बैठा है healthy हो या तुम.
Yo man, this is about you, not me.
Yo, Amin's the type of guy that goes around giving everyone stretches after the all.
But he's talking like he doesn't ask for it.
I'm the first one. You need that guy on the team. You need that guy on the team.
Yeah, but like it's proper. Like he rolls you out. Like but he's certified.
Yeah,
Certified.
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 The type of buddy, like, you know, you're laying on the ground dead. I'm gonna be like, yo, get up, bro.
Yeah, get up.
Stamina, bro.
You're
Get up.
telling
Walk
me you
around,
don't
bro.
like this? You're telling me you don't like this?
Definitely taking that out.
Is that Cavi? Is Cavi?
Yeah.
Okay, describe Kevin now.
It's gonna be garbage.
Nice.
You know those. I guess
No, I
you see,
don't
like,
know.
I guess you see like these animals in like the cartoons where they're just moving with their arms and like their legs just stay put. They're just dragging on the ground.
Yeah.
That's how Kevin does.
But were we
No
agreed?
legs.
Because we danced like alike.
you watch the video?
Yeah, watch the ending.
Whose legs are up?
Should we watch the ending?
Whose legs
Should
are
we watch
up?
the ending?
Let's do it.
I'm
Who
doing
misses a
it.
spin?
Roll the clip. Do you put the clip here now?
Kevin's like the type of dancer that he'll walk the whole routine.
But then do the ending. But then do the
You
ending.
have the ending and then you'll be like, yo, watch the video, bro. The ending.
I swear you'll see in the video, like you'll get whiplash watching Kevin.
Hashtag ending only.
Yo, not gonna lie though, WCB I was pretty ending only as well.
The ending makes the routine.
It's a good way to go.
Rajan's like nakra only.
Yeah.
No, but at the end of the day, Tali is undefeated.
Yeah. Mixer undefeated.
Mixer undefeated, comp undefeated.
So if BSM committee is hearing this, we cheated at the mixer. I could hear the music in my head.
If the elite organization is hearing this, we had a 45-minute track time.
Still second place. 45-minute track time.
Still game second.
If the WCD committee can hear this, is the worst committee.
You can't give us a bad hotel, man.
No party. He's opposite the team.
You put us away like we're some jailbirds or something.
So right now, at VanCity, 2018 has been a pretty great year for us as like an organization. We kicked the year off really strong. We did 2 competitions back to back.
Yeah.
BSM and WCB. This guy was mastermind behind most of it. Choreographed the routines, led the practices. But yeah, our whole team, we went 14 guys. We've never done that before. And 14 is like a weird sort of number to do. Typically we've gone like 12 or 16 because then even number if you split it in half, right? 8 and 8. This one's 7 and 7, so the formations are really hard. So it's gonna be a hit or a miss type thing, but I think it's safe to say that we nailed it. Rolled like our entry clip at BSM. Good. Yeah. So clearly, as you can see, we nailed it. Kicked the year off.
Like
2 first places back to back.
2 first places, and like I feel like it was so important to our team, mainly because it was like 4 or 5, maybe I think like 5, 6 of us that were actually dancing on like the very first VanCity team, and like majority of the team was all just younger guys. It was guys who like I've never competed with before, or like have hitting the stage for the first time, or you know just like they're new meat, they're new trainees,
Virgins.
so they're Bhangra virgins, yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Right, and it was nice that like we got to set a good example for them because you know I feel like it's such a morale thing, you know, like you have to like set a good example.
Would you say at that point, at least like this is what I thought you were gonna say too. So morale, it was definitely a morale thing for 2 reasons, because we were also on like a bit of a second place train as well. So for that reason, both those competitions are really hard.
Yeah,
But that's also we practiced really hard, and definitely, you know.
totally. Back on the second place train, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, we came, what comp was that? I don't even remember. We did like 4 or 5 competitions.
Well, I don't did this guy. We got second at elite, so
Oh.
back on that train. Let's see how Tamak goes.
Oh yeah, so that's in like less than 3 weeks. We're competing in California. I mean, Calgary.
California.
When you go to California 4 times a year, right? Oh.
Everything is just California.
Everything is in California.